Are we live?
I think we are
live. Welcome to Girl Time with Court and Stace.
Hi.
We are super excited to be with you here tonight on our special day that we usually meet with you guys. And today we will be talking about what keeps you motivated.
What keeps us motivated,
What
right?
keeps us motivated. What keeps you motivated too.
Exactly. We want you to join in and talk to us, communicate.
Please.
So basically, Oprah, when she had her show, she talked about her favorite things. Remember Oprah's favorite things, and Oprah also had a book club. So I thought it would be cute if we could just talk about things that keep us motivated and talk about who we reached out to and what resources we use.
Hi, Mom.
When we want to, when we need motivation. So Stacey and I want to share some of the books that we lean to. And so Stacey, you want to go first?
All right. So, of course, everyone who knows me knows that I am a huge fan of Iyanla Vanzant. I had the opportunity to go see her at one of her speaking engagements called Get Over It. I purchased her book, Get Over It, which is I highly recommend to everyone. It gives you a outline of certain ways and things that you can do to kind of get over, different things that you're going through, whether it's, feeling stuck, feeling overwhelmed, stressed, disappointed, sad, at a standstill in your life, just everything. And it teaches you how to kind of filter those negative thoughts that kind of shape your lives. And one of the things that I kind of really take heed to when I'm speaking with people is, always keep your thoughts positive, because positive thoughts bring up positive actions, positive thoughts and positive words. So one of the things that she says is that our lives are shaped by our most dominant thoughts, because these thoughts are the thoughts that mold our beliefs. So if I believe that, I can't do X, Y, and Z, then guess what? I'm not going to do X, Y, and Z. So she kind of teaches me or keeps me balanced and focused on how to kind of redirect those negative thoughts into something positive.
We love Iyanla. Well, remember, I fell in love with her after we actually got a chance to see her in person on her tour. So another person that we love is Chanel Cooper Sykes.
Absolutely.
We recently saw her. We got a chance to see her in New York, and we shared with you how, our afterthoughts on that. So there's one saying that I love that she says, and let me read. So basically, Chanel Cooper Sykes always talks about doing the work. You have to, not just believe, but put the work in,
and which is a lot, and a lot of us don't want to.
I found from Five Below this book
work,
and it's all blinged out. You see, it's all girly and blinged out. And so basically, I journal here whenever I get a chance. It's not like I do it every day, but so some of the things that she said. So it's one little thing that I really like that she says. It says, "My words are seeds. My thoughts are water. My emotions are the ground, and I'm creating my harvest." Basically, you're creating your life. The words that you speak, the thoughts in your head, and your emotions, you're creating your life. So if you think negatively, you speak negatively, and you feel negative,
and you do negative
stuff,
right. And people around you are negative,
that you're creating that environment for yourself. And a lot of times we don't even think about that, because it's easy to stay in that mindset of just being stressed out and feeling sorry for yourself, being just in a situation where it brings upon negativity, and then all of a sudden you're speaking that into your life, and you don't even realize that you're bringing upon the negativity to you. Hey, Valerie and Angelique, hello.
Hi. But what's so funny is because, just like you can manifest those negative thoughts, it's like you can manifest a positive.
Right. That's again, I'm going to read it because it's so doggone powerful. In my little workbook. If y'all can find a little workbook that I had, like I said, I found it at Five Below, blinged out, pretty, right? Again, she says, my words are seeds, my thoughts are water, my emotions are the ground, and I'm creating my harvest. So again, you interpret that as you're creating the life for yourself.
Right. Also, another thing, that you can kind of like segue into this whole meaning is that, your beliefs direct the expectations and your actions, and the actions determine the results we get in life. And this is the same thing Chanel Cooper Sykes is saying. In other words, the same thing that Iyanla Vanzant is saying. So it's kind of like, it's just something that you have to embed in your mindset.
That's your dad watching.
Right. Hey, Dad. Embed in your mindset positive thoughts. Everything is not gray and dreary. If you look on the brighter side of every situation, you'll find something positive. You just got to dig deep and do the work, just like Chanel says.
And then kind of like stay away from negative people too.
That aura,
so we always
energy.
talk about that too. So another book that Stacey and I both love.
Every single day.
Stacey put me onto this one. This one
and
is
Tish put me onto this.
And Tish put her on.
Hey,
and
Tish.
Who's watching? Hey. So this book is called Jesus. It's called Jesus Calling. So we got this from Hobby Lobby.
Yes. Very cheap, pocket size.
Exactly. So I'll just read a little bit from that.
Read today. What today's message was.
Well, I like this one.
Okay. Go ahead.
It says, refuse to worry. In this world, there will always be something enticing you to worry. That is the nature of a fallen, fractured planet. Things are not as it should be. So the temptation to be anxious is constantly with you, trying to worm its way into your mind. The best defense is continual communication with me, God, richly seasoned with thanksgiving. I won't read everything, but it basically says, live close to me. Together we can keep the wolves of worry at bay.
Right.
So I don't know about you, but I was just actually sharing with Valerie this morning on the phone. So every morning I have like a rigid
regimen. In the morning.
Yeah. So
not brush your teeth, wash your face, everything is beyond
so
that.
every morning, well, Monday through Friday when I'm going to work, so I don't turn on the radio. I read this the little, because there's like a little each day. There's a little what do you call that? Not scripture, but just
motivational message.
Right. So I read that.
Spiritual
and
message.
then when I get in my car, I turn my radio off and I listen to the Bible. So I'm reading along with my family, and my mom's watching. She's doing the same thing. So we're reading the Bible over a course of the year. So they have it in an audible version. So I listen to it on my way to work.
You downloaded?
No, you can just, it will tell you
on your phone.
Day by day, and then you click on it and you can either read along with the words, because sometimes it's a lot of stuff. And it'll go through it'll say scriptures from the Old Testament and then the New. And basically once you complete it, it'll take you a year to complete the Bible. So anyway, that's what I do. So that's my regimen. What do you do?
So my regimen is, of course, the natural personal hygiene. But what I do is before I even get out of the bed, well, because everybody has a regimen, and mine is like really strict because I have to get up very early in the morning.
Back to when you woke up in the morning.
But before I step foot out of my bed, I pray. I lay in my bed and I pray, real quick prayer before I get out the bed. And then I, most of the time when I'm working, I do the morning prayer with a prayer line, and that is from 6:30 to 7. However, when I'm listening to that, I'm also getting dressed because I have to be to work. But that's my morning ritual. Before I get out of my car to go to work, I take 2 minutes before I get out the car, and I don't even care if I'm late or not. I take 2 minutes to kind of like just sit in silence, and that's my sacred space. Chanel Cooper Sykes always talks about like a sacred space, wherever it is. My sacred space is that, because I need that, Zen time so I could just clear my thoughts.
I use my car as my sacred space, and I won't.
2 minutes though. I give myself 2 minutes, no matter if I'm late or not. I have to take 2 minutes to sit in the car.
And I won't even answer the phone or respond to messages while I'm listening to the Bible app, because that is my time as well. And it gets me going during the day. You got another book?
Oh, I have From Peace to Broken Pieces by Iyanla Vanzant. This book is really, really, really good. It's kind of like an autobiography of of her, like what she went through when her daughter was dying, and she was going through her divorce and everything. Yeah, it was really good because she talked about that in her speaking engagements. And one thing is, it's like when you starting to do good and you starting to you starting your life over, and you starting to kind of like change your thoughts and change your mindset and your actions and how you respond to certain things. It's almost like it's so easy to revert back to the old you. So what she talks about is that when you starting your life over with a new sense of self, who you once were is going to challenge you, meaning that you're going to be like, okay, I could go off right now because it's easier. However, but if you think about the things that you've learned throughout your journey by, just self-reflection and so forth, you got to keep that in the back of your mind. Like, understanding, like, if I go off, the consequences is going to be this. It's almost like thinking before you act. So she says, who you once were is going to dangle old carrots, old wounds, and old issues in front of your face. And when that happens, you will be tempted to revert to old feelings, old patterns of thoughts, and old patterns of behavior. However, you have made up your mind that the old you is dead and buried. And when you've embraced a certain level of clarity about who you are and are not, as well as who you are choosing to be, you will definitely have a different response. And I took that and I thought about, certain you're going to be challenged all the time. And I thought about, I keep this little quote or this, what she says in this book in the back of my mind when I want to kind of do what, go left instead of right. I keep that in the back of my mind. And it's very hard. We all have those times where you're going to be challenged.
Fears, doubts, and anxiety. And so these are the things that, again, we just wanted to share. Also, we want to give a shout out to Johnny Davis. So
went to college with Johnny
Davis. Yeah, we got to tag him. So Johnny Davis, we went to Rutgers with him, and he this is a new book. It came out this year, right? Or last year. Basically Johnny talks about his journey and how
he struggled, like he had health related issues. I don't want to give the book away.
Right, I don't want to say too much about it. If you read the book, it kind of just shows you how, he pushed himself and, how God was in his corner and, the certain health challenges that he went through. And he has an abundance of good quotes, motivational quotes. And he's a young guy. I mean, he's
a young guy.
And he went through a lot of health issues. And
he's still
here. Very fit guy.
Very fit guy, healthy.
Very healthy. And so basically shows, like Stacey said, it basically shows how he's come out of it. But I do want to read one sentence in his book. It says, "Today I am fired up. I live each day knowing, believing, and stating to myself that if it doesn't evolve me, it will not involve me. I am still here and I am a champion."
Yes. That is the best quote, Johnny. I think
Johnny does not waste his time on the BS.
Right.
If he doesn't benefit from this, or if he doesn't get any good out of an
positive situation, if it doesn't come
out positive, he
doesn't
waste his time.
Right. So that could be like gossiping or, just hearing constant complaints. Like, who wants to hear the Debbie Downers all day long?
Right.
If it does not evolve you, it shouldn't
if it doesn't make you better, then it's not worth it at all.
Right.
And I like the way that he's just basically, he's ruled out people too in his life, and it's just like, look, I'm not for the BS. This is what I'm going in one direction, and if you want to come along with me in that direction, it's all good. But if you don't, see ya.
Yes. So do away with the mindless chatter, right? Because if it does not evolve you, it makes you a better person.
Stacey, you know about this?
Not involve you. The Praying Wife. I do not know, but when I saw the book, I shall be reading that. I'm on my 4th book for the summer, and I think that's really good for me because
this is like a little Bible.
Really found time to read again.
When that husband or that wife gets on your nerves, this is what
the Praying Wife. Sometimes things happen, but we're not going to let that stop us because we are still going hand up in all. Go ahead.
All right. So I think we might be upside down.
Are we upside down?
Somebody has to tell us. Are we upside down?
Are we right side up?
I don't know. I think we're good. I think we're back.
Are we back?
I hope we're
People.
back. Are we upside down?
Can someone tell us? Here, let me hold it. Go ahead, talk. We won't be too much longer. We have one more book.
Okay.
Go ahead. I'll just hold it.
So, another book that I want to mention is called. Oh, look at us. We're falling apart. Okay. So,
everything is, but it's all good. See, we're not giving up. See,
no,
there you go. Exactly. We're doing the work. We're persevering through
that's
this.
The devil trying to mess this whole situation
up.
That's
something we talk about the praying wife, and the whole thing just stumbled.
Hello, exactly.
The message. Pay attention to the message.
But go back to this really quick. So this is a really good for married couples. You pray for your husband. You pray for your wife.
Pray for your kids.
Well, no, this is just a marriage book. So it's just a marriage book, but it's really it has a lot of different prayers, and these prayers are really good prayers. Mm-hmm. And it, even though like you may be say upset with your husband, the best thing
with your significant other,
so the best thing to do is to pray for them and not just I hate him, because again that's just spewing negativity and manifesting that, so that hate will grow. So you want to get this book, The Praying Wife, and we could list the books later because I see my mom said, can you list it later? So I will. So the last book I want to bring up, I don't know whether Stacy has another book, but you think we could do this again?
Yeah.
Or put it here?
No, just go ahead, because I'm holding it and my arm hurts.
So the last book I want to bring up is Another Friend. You heard of the 3 doctors who create the pack. I went to high school with the 3 doctors. That's Ramik, George, and Samson. And so Samson branched off and created a book with Charlie Jeter, Derek Jeter's sister.
Oh, nice.
And they created a book called The Stuff. So this book is very inspiring because it lists a lot of different people's stories of trials and tribulations and things that they had to overcome, and the stuff that they used to get through these hurdles. Mm-hmm. So that stuff can be defined as that inner person that you have to, like, when you think everything is just lost, when you've hit rock bottom, it's that stuff that gets you through.
What is it, like almost like the energy, the positive energy, that motivation,
whatever you had in you when you thought you have exhausted everything, when you've hit rock bottom, you can't go any lower. What is it in you that you really have to draw into to overcome that obstacle? So I'm reading it back, and it says basically it gives you 11 core principles of resilience that you already have. We all have a sense of resiliency, and to soar and succeed and do well and be great. So those are my books that I like, and Stacy has. My arm hurts. I'm gonna hold it. Let me see if I can put it back. All right. Stacy's technically challenged, so she just gets nervous. I just don't like. It's gonna fall again. However. So another one, I got it. Don't worry. My bestie Tish gave me the 7 love agreements, and you make them. You can do them without your spouse. You can carry them out with your spouse. And once you make these love agreements in your heart, the day-to-day behavior will begin to follow. So the 7 love agreements, and basically gives you the agreements of faithfulness, patience, forgiveness, and service, anticipating your spiritual growth or your emotional growth, and the material needs versus the material wants. Wait a minute. Are we upside Everybody, down? Saying we're sideways.
Okay.
I don't know how to correct this.
So we'll just do it like this.
But we weren't this way before.
Okay.
All right. Okay. So we're going to end it. Yeah, it's such a shame because I don't even know how to get us back to where we were. Let me see.
Hi. So
we're still sideways. Valerie, could you say yes? Okay.
Oh, we're okay. Okay. So we'll just hold it like this. So anyway, the 7 love agreements. This is a really good book that I think helps you develop faithfulness, patience, forgiveness, service, respect, kindness, and celebration of your life. And building that into a wonderful, meaningful relationship with your significant other. So these are some of the books that I like to read. I like a lot of motivational books. I just recently started reading, novels again, but I have to keep
reading novels.
I just started back reading
because it's hard to find the time to incorporate like novels.
Well, let me tell you what I just
short
Let me tell you what I just finished reading.
What?
The Hate You Give. They're coming out with the movie the end of September or October, whatever. That book is really, really good, and they have a movie about it. So I had to finish that book. Cool. And I read, this is also it's a autobiography, but it's really good. It's a novel. But a lot of my books are basically self-help books. So I have a self-help book and then I have a novel because I have to put that movie in my head. But anyway, this is 21 Days for Forgiveness, and it also gives you a little bit of a journal writing that you can put in there. I have not started this yet, but of course I'm sure this is fabulous because it's Iyanla Vanzant.
And everything she does is pretty much fab.
Yeah. And if you're a follower of Iyanla Vanzant, you will understand. So that's what keeps us motivated with the balance of family, life, and so forth. That are our motivational books and inspiration by others who have gone through it, overcame things. That's motivating.
And also, I just want to reiterate one thing that I said earlier. The Bible app, I really rely on that, and I draw from that, and that keeps me close to Him. And so I take that time out of my day, usually in the morning, to reflect. But for you marriage people out there, again, I cannot emphasize this.
The praying wife. I need to get this.
The praying wife.
Okay, it says
very potent. Very potent. It prays. They have prayers about the husband, the wife. Of course, they have prayers about jobs, praying for him to get a job or get a better job. Just praying for his well-being.
Letting go, creating a home.
Right. And let me see if I can find.
You got a lot of highlights in this book. I need to get this. Girl. What is it called? The Power of a Praying Wife. Yeah. That's on my next Amazon book. I also,
it says you'll be amazed at how much power your words have when you pray before you speak.
Yes.
Them. You'll be even more amazed at what can happen when you shut up and let God do His work.
Yes.
Now that's big.
Hallelujah.
So sometimes we gotta shut up.
Yes.
And step back.
Let go. Let God
Ask
go.
the Lord to show you how to make your home a safe haven that builds up your family, a place where creativity flows and communication is ongoing. Ask God to help you clean that house, the laundry done, the kitchen, blah blah blah. All right, these are basic things a man may not compliment on his home. I don't like that. But anyway,
those are some of the things that keeps us motivated, and we are going to end it right now. And we just thank you, the praying wife. Come on, put that down, Courtney, for a second.
Wait.
She found something else.
Give me a new positive. Wait a minute. Give me a new positive, joyful, loving, forgiving attitude towards Him. Lord, nothing in me wants to pray for this man. I confess my anger, hurt, unforgiveness, disappointment, resentment, and hardness of heart toward Him. Forgive me and create in me a clean heart and right spirit before you.
That's nice.
Child, it saved marriages.
So,
yes,
we are going to end it again, and we are going to share our books.
Yeah, we'll write it down.
We'll write it down and have it on our page. Section. And please feel free to comment, but we are going to let you go back to watching the Eagles game and Serena play that.
Who watches the Eagles?
Well, I have a lot of Philly fans in there, and my sister is actually in Philadelphia celebrating the Eagles because this is their ring night. But anyway, we ain't going to talk about them because we Giants fans over here. So, stay tuned for next week.
Enjoy this. Thanks, Mom. Look great, Angelique. Thank you.
Stay tuned
I've
next week.
I've heard of this one. Tish, yes, you have to start your day with the Lord. All right. Yes. Thank you all for watching us.
And we will see you next week.
Girl
Time with Court and Stace.
All right.
Toodles.